In part one, we talked about how new traders can succeed with prop firms in 2026 by focusing on rules, discipline, and consistency. In this video, I want to get practical. I'm going to walk you through how I would approach passing a $50,000 evaluation with Alpha Futures. But first, little disclaimer. Rules can change, and every trader should always read the firm's official rules themselves. This video is an educational example of how to approach a $50,000 evaluation responsibly, not financial advice. A $50,000 evaluation is not testing how fast you can hit a profit target. It's testing three things: discipline, risk control, and consistency. If you trade to survive first, passing becomes much easier. So a lot of times you'll have your discipline. They want to see you take a similar trade every day. There's no rules about what trades you take, but just think of it as you're practicing to be a professional. The risk control is they typically give you a $1,750 to $2,000 max loss limit. That's how much you can lose before you completely blow the account. And then consistency target, staying within 50% gains per day. Some of them are 30%, some of them are 50%. Most of them are 50% is the max that you can make. So say you're trying to make 4,000, then the most you can make in a single trading day is 2,000. So I usually like to stop around like 1950. Before I ever place a trade, I make sure I understand the core rules: the daily loss limit, the maximum drawdown, the profit target, and any consistency requirements. These rules are the framework. My trading strategy has to fit inside them. Feel free to pause this for a little bit deeper dive into each of these. But I said most of this in the previous slide. On day one of a $50,000 evaluation, my goal is not to win big. No YOLO. My goal is simple. Don't break the rules, don't force trades, and don't dig myself into a hole. This is where you want to protect your capital. Survival comes before profits. So again, you want to protect your capital at all cost. So you still want to be able to take the risk, but you want to enter a good trade, wait for your setup, and then execute. I kept my risks small and consistent. Typically, I would keep this at maybe $500 risk. It just really kind of depends on the setup of the trade. Sometimes we might only risk $250 on the trade. I already know my maximum risk per trade before the session starts. I like to keep the same size of trade and the same kind of take profit for each trading day. Again, I'm trying to find the exact same trade every day. If one trade goes wrong, it shouldn't emotionally or financially damage the account. That's intentional. So you don't want to be over leveraging a $50,000 account. Honestly, starting with micros for futures is probably the better route to go, unless you're really good on your entries. There is a daily loss limit strategy. A lot of times the daily loss limit is not a suggestion. I set a personal stop before the firm's max loss. So they say that you can lose, $2,000. I only want to lose maybe $500 in a day before I say, okay, I'm really not doing good today. So maybe that's 2 trades. Maybe it hits my stops at like 250. It really just depends on that trading day. I tend to trade NASDAQ, which is very wicky. So I'll usually try to wait for my entry to get in. And then a lot of times I will move my stops to break even once it moves away from my entry point. But as soon as I hit my max loss, I usually just have to close the computer and walk away. We only want to take A+ setups. Again, you're looking for the same trade every day, something that you've seen, whether it is a rise, retrace, continuation, a bounce off the VWAP, a bounce off the 50 EMA. This can look different for everybody, but you really have to be patient, and you don't want to just kind of FOMO in too late. If the market doesn't give me my trade, I don't force it. Not trading is a decision. Cash is always an option. Daily profit goals. This is where I like to go through and divide up how much I want each day. So say it's a $2,000 target. If it gives me 5 days to go through it, I'm going to try and do, I don't have to do the math. Anyway, I like to do like 500 a day. So that way I have plenty of time to get it done. And that's within their consistency targets. So if I can go through and make $500 every day, that's great. Even if it's only in an evaluation, then I can, when I go into the live account, I can do the exact same thing. I'm looking for the exact same trades. You don't want to full port you don't want to full port your account and just try to make as much money as possible. Consistently green days, even small ones, add up faster than one big win. A good day doesn't mean a huge profit. A good day means that you followed your rules, you controlled risk, and stayed disciplined. Even a flat or slightly red day can be considered successful in trading. So many people go on tilt. Don't go on tilt. Handling red days. This is the part that every trader has to go through. I went through it myself, and it's nothing that anybody else can prepare you for. Nobody is ready to be wrong. And for some reason, when you have a red day, it just feels like you're wrong. You're doing something wrong. And that's not true. A lot of times it just means that you and the market weren't in sync that day. One red day does not mean you're failing the evaluation. What matters is that a red day doesn't turn into a rule violation where you blow your account. And nobody can stop you but you. That's where you have to go through and take measures into your own hands. I consistently check my consistency. No oversized trades, no emotional trades, no changing my plan mid-evaluation. Consistency is what firms want to see. They don't want to see a trader make $5,000 a day. I mean, that's great if your account size is bigger. They just want to see you take the same size of trade every day and compound those wins into a successful account. When you're close to passing, okay, so say you just need that last $250 to pass. The best thing you can do is reduce risk, take less trades, because less trades is less risk, and then protect what you've made. So protect your progress. So this is where I would be, like, I would still give myself $500 to lose, but no more than that. To pass the evaluation, It's not about being perfect. It's about being disciplined long enough for the math to work in your favor. So say you have a 60% win rate. That just means you're more right than you are wrong. That's all that it takes. You don't have to have a 100% win rate. You don't even have to have an 80% win rate. As long as you protect yourself and you're not taking big losses, you just need your wins to be smaller than your losses. And if you respect the rules, the process works. So if you are new to prop firms, understand this. You don't need to rush. You don't need to gamble. You need patience, structure, and discipline. Those 3 things. That's how evaluations are passed and accounts are kept. And as you move to a live account after passing, you want to keep that same mindset. No YOLOs. You want to take the same trades. Obviously, whatever was working for your evaluation, you should continue and do the same thing in your live. If this helped you, make sure to like the video. Comment below if you want me to break down a full trading day or a funded account strategy next. And subscribe if you want honest, realistic prop firm content. This is Pozo Trades, doing it the right way.